Few months ago I took a risk and bought this abandoned baby Camry Corolla. Since then I've been replacing almost everything on the engine bay just to get the car running, and in the end the engine finally woke up from its slumber. But the engine is not actually running smooth, and I think the problem might be the carburetor. On the previous video, I finally took the car for its first test drive after fighting with the overheating on the engine. We also took the door panels from looking like this to this, which gave the interior a little bit of a sweet taste. And today we're going to go back to the engine bay. Hopefully we'll be getting some upgrades on the engine. So let's jump into the video and remove the carburetor. To remove the carburetor, we have a 12mm and another 12 over there, and here at the back there is a 12 over there, and there's another 12 on that side over there. So let's take the carburetor out. To remove the carburetor, we have 4 12mm bolts that we need to remove. There are a couple of things that we need to remove first in order to remove the carburetor, such as the throttle cable, the fuel line, some of the water pipes. Basically anything that is connected to the carburetor, we're going to disconnect it so that we'll have more space and it will be much easier to remove the carburetor. The reason that I'm removing the carburetor is because the car is not idling well, which means the carburetor might have dust in it or might be dead. My aim is to take the carburetor out and disassemble it and clean it and see if it will make any difference. And if cleaning the carburetor doesn't work, it means that I have to buy a new one. The carburetor with an automatic choke is going to cost me around 2,900 rand. So we finally had enough space to actually remove the carburetor. So the carburetor is out. I'm going to try all the best that I can to open it up and then clean it and reassemble it, because if I don't reassemble it the way it's supposed to, it's not gonna work anymore. What I'm going to do is disassemble the carburetor, because I think it has a lot of dust in it which will prevent the car from idling properly. To disassemble the carburetor, we just need a T-screwdriver, a 8mm socket, and lastly a flathead screwdriver. That will be enough to disassemble the whole carburetor. There was one screw that was hard to remove, but I finally removed it in the end. And then the first layer of the carburetor can be removed, which revealed the theory of the carburetor being clogged, because there is a lot of dust in it. Just look at the amount of dirt in the carburetor. Look at that. This is the buildup of dust over the years, and it has blocked all the fuel jets, which will cause inconsistent idle and a high fuel consumption. Basically what I'm going to do is clean the carburetor. I don't want to go too deep in terms of disassembling the carburetor because I don't have enough information about it. Now I'm just going to use the carburetor cleaner to clean the carburetor from inside out. I'm gonna make sure that I spray the carburetor cleaner in all the holes. Hopefully all the dirt and dust will be able to come out. And in the end of the video, if we actually fix the carburetor, I'll be able to tell you how much I spend to actually fix the carburetor, because what we are doing is just cleaning it. Then I'm going to remove the 2 petrol jets so that I'll be able to clean them, and then use the carburetor cleaner to declog all the holes. I'm using a toothbrush to remove the resisting dirt. Basically this will be the whole process by removing everything, then use the carburetor cleaner to blow off all the dust in the hole. I'm gonna be using the carburetor cleaner to clean all the components on the carburetor until I'm satisfied that is 100% clean. So let's continue cleaning everything. The best way that I found how to clean the carburetor is to make sure that you don't miss any hole, which means that I was not supposed to leave any part untouched, which the carburetor has a lot of components, and I'm afraid that I might forget some of the things and I might not install them back. So what I've decided to do is take some of the things apart and then clean them, then after that reinstall them, then take more things apart, then clean those things and then get them back, and then continue with the process, because this way I won't be able to forget where other components need to go. Using the carburetor cleaner was actually effective because it made a lot of changes and it made the whole process easier. And what could have been more easier is by using a compressor to actually blow off all the dirt out of the carburetor, but I don't have it. I'm gonna use whatever that I have at the moment. And as I've said, that I'm afraid to go too deep into the carburetor because I have no knowledge about the carburetor, and I'm afraid that I'm going to miss some couple of things and I won't be able to get them back. I'm busy trying to replicate this gasket with this one that I just made by myself. I'm busy trying to replicate this gasket because I don't know where I can find a new gasket for the carburetor. So I'm just gonna punch holes on it and then try to replicate the other one and use both of them. Now I'm just gonna get the gasket on and reassemble the carburetor the way I took it out, and then get it back on the car and see if it made any difference. So I got the carburetor fully assembled and a little bit cleaned than before. I'm just gonna get it in the car and then we're going to see if I actually fixed it, or if I've not fixed it, or if I've broken it. Hopefully everything goes according to plan and I didn't break anything. So I've already cleaned this whole area up. You can see it looks so shiny, so new. So what I'm thinking of doing before I get the carburetor in, because it's going to take a lot of space, I'm just going to clean there at the back where the carburetor is going to disturb me when I want to clean the engine bay. I'm just going to do it now so that since I have more space. So let me clean that in a minute, then we're going to get the carburetor back on. What I'm using now is a degreaser and a toothbrush, which is a great combination in cleaning the engine bay. I'm just doing this just to make sure that the engine bay looks fresher than how it was. Plus, it will complement the clean carburetor when it goes on. So I'm done cleaning the whole area. That area you can see now it is more whiter than over there and it's much cleaner. So now what I want to do is clean this whole front before I actually get there, because I don't know, I just feel like getting everything cleaned before the carburetor goes on. Now I'm taking off the manifold, then I'm going to clean the whole area. I want to take this out so that I can have more access on cleaning the top. Now some of you might not agree with me with cleaning the engine bay, but it's actually necessary because I'll be able to see if there's any oil leak in the future. Plus, it just makes the car look more taken care of than just letting it have a lot of dirt on it. Well, I was able to get a lot of dirt off the top. It's now looking a little bit shiny, but there are places like here where I cannot be able to get the brush to actually remove the dirt, but it is actually cleaner than how it was before. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the tappet cover off and I'm going to clean it, sand it down, then paint it. Since I want the engine bay to look fresher, I'm going to take the tappet cover off and clean it, sand it down, and then paint it black. What I'm doing now is basically just for the looks. While I'll be waiting for the tappet cover to dry, I'm going to install the carburetor back on the car and we're going to test if we actually fixed it or not. But we need to wait for the tappet cover to go on first, and there we go. Okay, the only thing that is left now is to get this cable back on, then start the car. Well, it has started, which means I might have got everything back the way it's supposed to be. Well, it seems like we didn't make any difference to the carburetor because the car is still idling inconsistently. So what I've decided to do is take the carburetor out and clean it a little bit further than before. So I went a little bit further and I've cleaned this, and it was actually blocked, and I think maybe it was the problem because now we can literally see through it. I don't know on the camera if we'll be able, I don't think on camera we'll be able to see through it, but now I can be able to see through it, and it's 100% clean. It is too small for the phone to actually focus, but it is actually cleaner than how it was before. So this is one of the things that I've removed, and there are some in here that are still cooking. So after cleaning it, I'm gonna assemble everything, and this will be the second time we try to get the carburetor actually clean. I've removed a lot of things than before. Even the piece from here was removed, and I wanted to remove this, and I've also removed the float. I also removed the float. Here is the float. I also removed the float so that I can be able to spray the carburetor cleaner over here, which this is not the best carburetor cleaner. This one is, it comes from the same brand. I've cut this one because, well, the compressor or the pressure was no longer working, so it comes from the same company, but this one is better than this one because this one is just better somehow. This doesn't actually do the work, but this one does. So the carburetor is actually cleaned and ready to go back on the car, and this time I did it. This is the second time. I bet the second time will be a charm. So let's get the carburetor on, and let's see if we'll make any changes. But I bet now it's going to make more changes because I went deeper in terms of cleaning it. So let's get the carburetor on. Installing the carburetor is actually the same as removing the carburetor because we're just gonna do the same process but this time in reverse. Since we have disassembled the carburetor so many times, I had to buy a gasket maker so that I'll be able to replicate the gasket that are on the carburetor and use the carburetor gasket with the gasket maker just to prevent any air leak or petrol leak. So this was the second time I've taken the carburetor out to clean it, and the second time I went further than the first time because the first time I didn't want to ruin stuff because the carburetor has a lot of components in it and I don't want to mess with those other components, so I didn't want to go deep. So but now we're going to find out if we'll be able to get the car running perfectly, if we actually fixed it or not. Well, now it seems like it is running proper. Even the tone at the back is consistent. Actually sounding consistent. It's not sounding like bro. It's sounding like brrr. Which is good. I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit more. I think we finally fixed the carburetor issue. So smooth, first kick, sounds well. Wow, I'm actually buzzing. I'm actually happy with it. I actually fixed a complicated part of the car, which is the carburetor, and the car is no longer hiking too high. It's actually low, and the car sounds 100%. Man, I'm happy. Well, in this box right here, we have Conefilters. So these Conefilters, I bought them just to sell them. I bought 10 of them just to sell them, and I was able to sell 7 of them. And at the time, I was selling them for 400, and I decided to take the price down because I wanted to sell them on YouTube, but I didn't get any sales, so I decided to sell it here at home. And few people were interested in buying the Conefilters, and it took me longer to actually sell them. Then I decided to decrease the price to 350 though, so that I can gain my money back that I've bought the product, because I was going to gain 50 rand from selling each Conefilters. And I bought about 3 colors, which is black, blue and red. So people were able to buy the blue and red, but not the black. The black, only a few bought the black because we're only left with 3 Conefilters, which are the black. So here are brand new Conefilters. 3 of them are left, and I'm just going to use them on my cars. And if this Conefilter actually sound good on the carburetor, then I'm going to get an adapter and connect the adapter on the carburetor so that I can run the Conefilter. But if it doesn't sound good, then I have no choice but to get the original air filter back on the carburetor. So let's get this Conefilter on the carburetor and see how it sounds. So these are brand new Conefilter. This one is new from the box, as you can see. So I'm just gonna put it on top. I'm not gonna bolt it down. because the Conefilter is actually bigger than the carburetor. Look at it, super clean, new. Let me put this over here. You know what, let's start the car first. So here's the Conefilter. So let's hear the sound without the cone. So we're gonna get the cone on and see if it will make any difference. Well, I don't know. I don't think it made any sound or any difference. So I'm just gonna get the original stuff on. So let's do it. So I did manage to clean the cover a little bit more because, well, I'm trying to make sure that we don't have any air, any dirt that is going to go into the carburetor, so that what we have done to the carburetor, the cleaning process, didn't go to waste. So this is going on. With the wiring, I tried all that I can to make it a little bit neater than before, and I think it is neat. And I also got the bottle back, so that is all sorted. And the gearbox still needs to be cleaned, and over here there's some parts that still needs to be cleaned, but I got the original air filter on. Well, this is the next day, and you can already see that we don't have a headlight on the baby Camry. Is because there's a lot of things that are happening, and you're going to see that on the next video. For now, I think with the engine bay, with the engine itself, we are actually finished because the car is running well. It's now idling the way it's supposed to idle. It's revving 100%. It's not eating fuel. It's always starting first kick, and I think that's the way we want the engine to be. So there's nothing else that I think I need to do on the engine. So we're just gonna move on to the next thing. And tell me what you think about the Conefilter. Should I get an adapter for the Conefilter, or should I leave it as it is because it's a carburetor? Or do you think it made a crazy sound when it was coming out of the Conefilter? Because to me, I didn't hear anything. So if you think we should get an adapter, leave a comment in the comment section and tell me what you think about it. But with the next video, we're going to try to transform the exterior of this car, and for now I'm just going to end the video. But before I end the video, I want to tell you how much I spend, and we already know how much I saved from not buying a carburetor because we actually fixed the carburetor. So what I did, I bought two of this carburetor cleaner. I bought two, and each of them cost about 100 and something rand. I think was 99 rand or something. I'm not entirely sure because I forgot the price, but was close to 100 rand. And with the gasket maker, we spent 80 rand, so I think it was 280 rand. So that's the whole amount that we spent on the carburetor, which made us to save a lot of money because the new carburetor was going to be expensive. So we saved a lot of money. And if you have liked the video, make sure to hit that like button, to hit the subscribe button, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm usually showing you guys how everything is possible because I'm doing things that I've never done in my life before. Everything I'm doing, most of you guys think that I've done it before, but to be honest, I have never done. I hate carburetors, to be honest, but now I'm starting to love carburetors because I know where I need to go or what I need to fix. So this channel is all about motivating you guys from doing things that you never thought you're going to be able to do, or you think they're going to be hard to do. So I just want to motivate you guys so that you can do those things, because anything is possible and you can fix a car without spending a crazy amount of money. Because with this car, the way the condition is on this car now, the condition of the car now is, man, with the price that I bought the car, which I'm going to tell you the price of the car if we get to 11,000 or 12,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If we don't get to 12,000 subscribers, I won't tell you how much I bought the car, how much we spent. You already know how much we spent, and I just told you how much we spent on this video, and we're going to spend a little bit more on the next video. And yeah, well, I think I'm talking too much. See you guys on the next video. Make sure to hit that like button, to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And if you have enjoyed the video, if you have learned something, if you feel like the video was really entertaining, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Well, it is confirmed it doesn't make any difference on the carburetor.